Hey, welcome. So let's just jump right in and talk about brand trust. For the longest time, all a company needed was a catchy slogan, a big promise, and that was pretty much it. But today, the game has totally changed. We, the consumers, are now demanding proof, not just promises. And that one shift is completely rewriting the rules for how businesses have to work. So let me ask you this. Have you ever bought something that promised to be amazing, but when you got it home, it was, well, not so amazing? Yeah, we've all been there. And that exact feeling, that little moment of being let down, that's right where this whole story about modern brand trust really kicks off. To get our heads around this pretty big topic, we're going to follow the journey of a really simple product, a car and household cleaner. Now, I know it sounds kind of small, but its story is the perfect way to see the massive evolution in what we expect from the brands we bring into our homes. So, where does a shift this big even begin? Well, it starts with cracks in the very foundation of trust. Before things can get better, we first have to look at where they went wrong. This is the part of the story where the skepticism really starts to creep in. Okay, let's break down the first signs of trouble. First up, you've got those wild multi-purpose claims. You know the ones, this one bottle cleans your car, your kitchen, your dog. Then there's this growing worry about what's actually in the product. Are these chemicals even safe to have around? And third, a serious lack of transparency, especially from smaller local brands that don't even bother listing their ingredients. You put all that together, it's the perfect recipe for doubt. And look, this isn't just some abstract idea. We see it happening all over the world. For example, there's clear evidence that customers in Pakistan are becoming more and more skeptical of misleading ads. It just goes to show, it doesn't matter where you are, people are getting sick of being sold a lie. All that skepticism, it naturally leads to the next phase, the consumer shift. And this isn't just about people getting a little bit annoyed. This is about shoppers actively fighting back. They're changing how they buy things, and they're starting to vote with their wallets. This slide just nails the first huge change we see in marketing. On one side, you've got the then, that classic over-the-top promise. It works on absolutely everything. But on the other side, you've got the now. It's a direct response from us, the consumers, who just want honest, realistic claims, like suitable for most surfaces. That little tweak in wording, it signals a giant shift in thinking, away from hype and toward honesty. The second big shift is in the product itself. People are really starting to move away from stuff made with harsh chemicals that could irritate your skin or even damage your stuff. Instead, they're actively looking for formulas that are safe, non-toxic, and mild. Safety isn't some luxury add-on anymore. It's the bare minimum expectation. And this is the crucial point, right here. It's not just about what the product does or how cheap it is anymore. A whole new level of awareness is kicking in. People are starting to look at the company behind the product. Is it a good company? Does it do the right thing? Suddenly, a brand's reputation is becoming just as important, if not more important, than its price tag. This brings us right up to the present day, where all those little shifts and trends have basically hardened into solid, non-negotiable demands. These are today's ethical rules of the game. You can almost think of it like a new Bill of Rights for every consumer. You've got the right to safety, knowing a product won't harm you or your family. You've got the right to transparency, knowing exactly what's in it. And you've got the right to fair pricing, getting real value for your money. These aren't wants anymore. They're the absolute baseline. But, of course, the evolution doesn't just stop here. Let's look ahead to what's coming next, to tomorrow's ethical world. Because these aren't just trends anymore. We're talking about massive, powerful forces that are going to completely reshape the future of business. So, the first megatrend is something called corporate social responsibility, or CSR. And this isn't about PR stunts anymore. It's this core idea that a company's responsibility goes way beyond just its customers. It extends to all of society. We're talking about everything from how they treat their workers to their impact on the local community, and this is quickly becoming the global standard that all businesses are judged by. The second megatrend, sustainability as an actual ethical duty. It used to be that being eco-friendly was a nice bonus, something to slap on the package to feel good. Not anymore. Now it's shifting into a core moral responsibility. The expectation is becoming incredibly simple. At the very least, do no harm to the planet. And the third megatrend is really the one that enforces all of this, modern consumer power. Thanks to social media, every single customer basically has a megaphone. We can call out bad brands, expose unethical behavior, and share it with millions of people in an instant. This power is holding companies accountable in a way that's never been possible before. Okay, so we've walked through this whole evolution, right? From the very first cracks in trust all the way to these massive forces shaping our future. What does it all mean? Let's boil it all down to the brand takeaway, the actual playbook for how to succeed in this new world. So, what is the playbook? How can any brand, whether it's making a household cleaner or building a global tech empire, actually navigate this new ethical landscape and build real, lasting trust? It really all comes down to three simple but incredibly powerful keys. Number one, be honest. Don't overpromise. Be upfront about what your product can and can't do. Number two, ensure safety. Use safe, tested ingredients and don't hide them on the back of the label. Be proud of them. And number three, be transparent. We're talking clear labels, clear instructions, and fair pricing. This isn't just a marketing strategy anymore. It's the new foundation for trust. And that leaves us with one final, pretty big question to chew on. As all these demands for safety and honesty and responsibility become the main things driving the market, have we finally hit a point where good ethics is no longer a separate thing from good business? Is it actually becoming the very definition of it? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining me.